school kids and they go out in the night. You've got Harrison Ford in it.
Oh, God.
What's that one?
Oh. That's going to annoy you now, isn't it? Hello, Pascal, and welcome to the 25th of May, 2021. I initially filmed this outside, but my mic just couldn't handle the wind. So, we are both in a position of synchronicity. We're working hard, COVID is still gripping our lives, and we're just waiting for something to release us.
Engage the fan boost. Turn it into a 747.
We've not really had time to do much, but in terms of films, we're currently watching Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
It's a goddamn zombie tiger.
Looks interesting, but it doesn't really make any sense. It's kind of what you call artsy-fartsy, as opposed to plotsy-watsy. You know, sometimes you need a smashy movie, but in some instances you kind of need coherent storytelling, because Zack Snyder is weird. He does visuals really, really well, but when it comes to story or whatever, like, it's only things that he's adapting that actually come out well. I'm gonna see how I go with Army of the Dead, and that will pretty much dictate where I go with Zack Snyder just from this point. In terms of stuff I'm excited for, though, Invincible looks absolutely beautiful.
Now take me flying or I'm gonna tell everyone you're invincible.
It's got a star-studded cast, J.K. Simmons is in it. I love that man.
Shut up. Get out.
Oh, what I would give to see him in Spider-Man 3 whenever that comes out. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. Speaking of new stuff, though, we got Disney Plus in January of this year, and there's so much stuff. You know, we got Marvel shows, we got WandaVision, we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we have Loki, and that, I think, is kind of shaping up to be one of the better Marvel shows. In terms of movies, though, we've got, obviously, Spider-Man 3 is coming out, we've got Shang-Chi, that looks really good, Black Widow will hopefully come out at some point, and Eternals. I hope that's good. That's a lot of characters, Marvel. A lot of characters we've just not met yet. Having Disney Plus, though, means I can relive a lot of the old shows I used to watch when I was a kid. One of them being the 1994 Spider-Man series, where he narrates every fucking thing he's doing.
How'd they get together? Computer dating?
I remember that being on Jetix. Like, who remembers Jetix?
Jetix!
Either way, I really enjoy watching that series. I used to watch it a lot when I went over to my Auntie Kirsty's when I was very young. I used to just sit in this recliner chair, play The Sims 2, and watch Spider-Man. I used to watch Codename Kids Next Door, the Powerpuff Girls. Oh god, what else was there? Angry Beavers. Nobody else remembers Angry Beavers, and that makes me very upset.
Give the hip music a chance to groove you!
Turn that off!
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Teen Titans, the lot. And one of my absolute favourites was Batman the Animated Series.
So what's your favourite comfort media?
I'd most probably go for films. If I'm feeling a bit shit, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm feeling a bit shit and I'm not myself, and I would just want to sit down and watch a film, and they are all Michael J. Fox films.
This is heavy duty, Doc. This is great.
Oh, well, the Terry Pratchett. I went back to reading Terry's stuff during lockdown. I've been working my way through Sandman, Neil Gaiman's Sandman as well.
The Frighteners is one, Doc Hollywood is another, and then any one of the Back to the Future, because they just make me feel happy, and they're sort of floaty films. You know, you don't have to concentrate too much on them. You know, they just make me smile.
Claire and I've been watching a lot of comedy. You know, the sitcoms. So things like Schitt's Creek.
David, what does burning smell like?
Ted Lasso.
Obviously, don't go and do that.
Hey, you do whatever you like.
Shows that just have a little positivity in them as well.
Live!
It's live!
But then we've been watching Breaking Bad too, so go figure.
Probably the Shadow and Bone Netflix series. It's so good, Emily. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I do love a challenge.
This is kind of like in the same category, but I am gonna have to say just kind of Shadow and Bone and the Grishaverse stuff as a whole. Yes, Kai got me this. I'm very happy. Thank you, Kai. I would say Animal Crossing, but it gets like a little stale fairly quickly. So maybe Mario Kart, because that's like good competitive fun.
Well, over lockdown, I've gone from like different game to game. So of course, there was the Minecraft phase, currently the Elder Scrolls phase, where I'm kind of playing through Skyrim as best as I can.
There's a fucking frost giant. I didn't know those were in the game. What the fuck? Big fire.
Lord of the Rings, the Bond films, Star Wars films, just again stuff that you're familiar with. I don't know, the familiarity of them is somehow reassuring.
They just make me happy, and just for that 2 hours you can just go, and then you watch it and then it's finished and then you can go off and do other things. Those would be the 3 movies, and yes, they just so happen to be Michael J. Fox films.
I think from off the top of my head, my favourite comfort films will probably be Spider-Man 2, Monsters Inc., Incredibles, Robots, Ice Age, pretty much anything by Blue Sky, anything animated with a good story.
I've always loved Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back, because Yoda is fucking real.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
And Revenge of the Sith.
Hello there.
Especially like the fan-made extended editions that kind of include Clone Wars in there, because like...
that final arc, and also the Bad Batch as well. Bloody brilliant.
Just like I said.
Whenever I watch it, no matter how shit I'm feeling, I always feel better, because it's just like, wow, this is like watching The Lord of the Rings in space. It's awesome.
It is just like you said.
That said, it's been a fun time to watch new things because you have a bit of extra time.
Point Break or Bad Boys 2? Which one do you think I prefer? No, I mean, which one do you want to watch first?
If you're looking for just 3, I think Terry Pratchett, comic books, and old movies.
Grisha stuff, Mario Kart, and...
any episode, book, audio drama of Doctor Who, love it.
maybe just like some of the playlists I've made on my phone for like story writing.
Kind of anything with Spider-Man in it. Like, I think I share that with you. Like, I can watch Spider-Man 2 and instantly I feel better because it's just such a fucking well-made movie.
Anyway, come over here. Look at this beautiful DVD cabinet. There are movies in here that haven't even come out yet, such as Barbie, which is going to look very weird from your perspective, but that's here. Special edition of Aladdin. That's cool.
We've got the Avengers box set.
Very nice. The Dark Knight Returns. There's all sorts. We've got Cat's Eye, Cars, Captain Marvel, that thing that I thought looked like Dat Boy, Doug McClure stuff, which I feel is where Troy McClure comes from in The Simpsons.
Probably, yeah.
I could be wrong.
Hey, I thought you said Troy McClure was dead.
God, these socks have not been washed. Half the Wilder People's a great film. Let's go past the wine. King Kong. Love that one. I love the 2005 King Kong. That's always good. There's the... I forget, how do we open these?
I'd say we wouldn't, because one of them is about to fall out. I don't know which one that is.
Quadrophenia. Lego Movie, always good. Lion King, the proper one. Kick-Ass is good. I like Kick-Ass. It falls into that category of films I'd watch in clips on YouTube. And there's all sorts of good stuff here. The Northman, like me. Over the Garden Wall. That is a brilliant little series of films. That is not joking. Scary scenes. It's disturbing, but in like a beautifully creepy way. What are we going there? Robin Hood. Is that the animated one, or is that just...
I think that's the live action one.
I said, well, it's a 12. I can't imagine the Disney one being a 12.
I don't think we have the Disney one on DVD, to be fair.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. School of Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love School of Rock.
Yeah, we've got Return to Oz like around the corner here as well.
Return to Oz is like...
You think it's going to be all cutesy and lovely, and then it's just really creepy.
It's the one where like she gets put in a lunatic asylum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because she keeps babbling on about Oz, and they're like, okay, we need to put you through electroshock, Dorothy.
God, I forget how dark those films are.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm good. When Harry Met Sally, that's great. Billy Crystal's always good. Monsters Inc. was one of my first films I think I ever watched. That and...
Finding Nemo?
Yeah, Finding Nemo. I used to always go into the bonus features. I loved the fact that you get like more than one disc, you know? You get a disc with the behind the scenes and all of the deleted stuff and the gag reel. Always love a gag reel. Pixar does those the best. Time Bandits is very good. God, I wish I had longer legs. I would just sit there and I would just go through and be so fascinated with how these films were made. The Thief of Baghdad as well, right? That's an interesting film because I think that was one of the first tellings of the Aladdin story.
I think so.
I think that had like a really good visual effect in it where you see the genie on the beach.
Free after 2,000 years.
THX 1138.
No idea. It's one of the films that Dad's had for a while.
It says George Lucas.
Yeah, it's one of George Lucas's first films.
Is that why it's called THX? Like the Skywalker Sound, all of those things?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Ah.
And you'll see it, you'll see the THX 1138, I think, in, I think it's a car registration number. I think they're school kids and they go out in the night. You've got Harrison Ford in it.
Oh God.
What's that one? Oh.
That's going to annoy you now, isn't it? There's Up, Wall-E. They're really good. Anything by Pixar. I had my Finding Nemo DVD and I used to genuinely just sit there and go through all the bonus material on the discs, which I used to call bonus material because I just couldn't pronounce words. And I'd look at all the how-tos and the behind the scenes and the visual effects breakdowns and all of that stuff. I ate that stuff up. Do you remember going to like cinema trips when you were a kid in school?
Yeah.
And you got to like pick what film you wanted to go watch. You would be brought into like a PE gym or something and they'd be like, right, there's 3 tables there, go stand by that table and that's the movie you'd be watching today.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. I remember going to see Toy Story 3 and they were doing a re-release of Toy Story 2 and that was the first time that I looked at cinemas and thought, oh, so you can watch them again. Secret of Kells, beautiful film. Don't say. Cartoon Saloon, that's it. I think your dad has a Blu-ray of like all of them. Oh, Spider-Verse. Oh, how I love you.
And we've got 2 of the Raimi ones.
Love. Superman, George's favourite. Supergirl, one of your favourites.
It's not great, but it's fun. The vibes are good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not the greatest film in the world, but you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing about films is they may not be perfect, but if you enjoy them, then they're good. I love Spider-Man 3, but it's not a good movie. I mean, even the director doesn't like it.
I tried to make it work, but didn't really believe in all the characters, and so that can't be hidden from people who love Spider-Man. If a director doesn't love something, it's wrong of them to make it.
You know, emo dance aside, I love that movie because I have so many memories attached to it. Time after time. Get it? Time. I'm a comedian. George absolutely fucking hates Shark Tale, and I do too.
True story.
But I have such a formative memory of listening to by like Christina Aguilera, and I know it was initially in a musical. I know what it's from, but like the Christina Aguilera version's actually pretty good. It is though. I have it on my playlist. What I'm saying is you form an attachment to stuff, and whether it's good or bad, it's still something you like, and you can admit its faults, sure, but it will always be your favourite thing. You figured it out.
American Graffiti.
American Graffiti, that's it. Thank you, Claire. I think that's what film's about. I think it's about transporting you somewhere that you aren't already. You know, for either a deep reason or just some kind of fantastical reason. Because reality is shit sometimes. Sometimes you just want to jump into a world with weird, bizarre things happening, like wizards or superheroes or hell, just even a nice, satisfying little story. Wow. I mean, just look at that. Look at the organization. So, no matter what it is, if you have a comfort film, a comfort book, a piece of music that you can just put on, then just do it. Because it doesn't matter what it is. It's your thing. Thank you.
Stop that.
Excuse me.